Hey guys, so this is my first tutorial on how I choose colours. So what I've got here is just a basic colour wheel. We've got obviously your red, purple, blue, blah blah blah. And over here you have more of your transitional colours. So it's your colours in between your main colours. So that's meant to be a tealy green, but it didn't come out very well on my printer. Between say your blue and your green, or like a yellow and orange between your yellow and your orange, etc, etc. So this is pretty important to sort of keep in mind when you're choosing your colours, only because you need to sort of know what colours blend into what, especially if you're trying to blend a warm tone into a cool tone. So just take note where the cool tones sit and where all the warm tones sit, because you really need to understand which ones blend into what as well. So I'll take that one away. Okie dokie, so I've just made up a couple of transitional little charts here for you. The first one I was going to touch base on was this one. This is the colours that I chose for my Dragonair drawing. I just wanted to explain that Dragonair, like you have to sort of understand what you're drawing. So what are the main colours of what you're drawing? And Dragonair is blue and it's white. So for the blue section, you would want to keep the blue as your mid-tones, which is going to be your main block colour on your overall picture. The other thing you want to think of is shadows and highlights. Now, if you were going to do shadows and it was going to be a cool toned Pokemon, then what you want to do is choose the darker colour that is transitioned from blue. So that would be the purple. The lighter colour would be something like a green, which you can also fade into something like a yellow, which is what I did with Dragonair, because that transitions just a little bit nicer to white. And that really helps give you that rainbow effect too, if you can add some random kind of a warm colour in there too. So purple was my choice of shadow colour, blue was my mid-tone. I've used a kind of like an aquamarine-y tealy green between a sort of a cool light green, just to make it blend a little bit nicer. Here I've used a pretty bright, sort of a appley kind of green in between my cool green and my yellow. And that just makes it transition a little bit smoother. So the next colour chart that I wanted to touch base on was this one. This is sort of my main colour scheme that I seem to use in most of all of my drawings. I just kind of wanted to show you what colours I kind of use to transition into the other colours. So here you've obviously got your cool green, kind of like an aquamarine, just a nice medium coloured blue, sort of like a warm purple. I'm pretty sure that one's lavender, might even be lilac, I'm not sure, into just like a normal pink. Then there's like a salmony pink, just to help it transition into an orange more. I just find it looks a little bit nicer when I'm blending. And then obviously your yellow. The only other thing I would like to actually talk about is blending maybe cool tones into the warmer tones. So going back to the colour wheel, I'll just bring that back. You kind of really want to see what's on either side of something like a red, because reds I find are pretty difficult to work with sometimes. So obviously like purple is good, and you've got all these kinds of warm purples moving into cooler purples and then into your blues. So what I've done here is I've used kind of like a warm kind of a blue, because it would be nice to sort of transition that into a green if I wanted to add a little bit more colour. So from like a warmer, nicer medium blue, I would go to more of a cooler blue, which you can then blend into like a cooler purple. From a cooler purple, I sort of choose a more of a warmer purple. And then from your warmer purple, you can transition into something like a magenta, which is sort of it's sort of in between like a red and a purple. It's actually quite nice to transition into a red, especially if you are using pinks as well. I like to use magenta when I'm transitioning into pink. So then you've obviously got your red, and then you want to transfer into some kind of an orange. You probably could have used a darker orange before going to this one, but I kind of just wanted to use that so you could just see the immediate effect.